Okay, moving on to this. There is right now in Tennessee an interesting bill that's been proposed. It's an equal protection bill in Tennessee. It's a draft amendment which would extend equal legal protections to children in the womb. They'd be protected legally the same way that humans outside of the womb are protected, which would also mean that the killing of these humans in the womb would be classified under the law as murder and would be treated that way. And here's how local news in Tennessee reported on this. Watch.
Republican state lawmakers are backing legislation legalizing the prosecution of women who receive an abortion for the crime of homicide. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. If passed, women convicted of receiving an abortion in Tennessee could face years in prison or even the death penalty. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains.
When it comes to abortion laws, it doesn't get much stricter than Tennessee. The state has a near total ban with no exceptions for rape or incest. Now, a new bill would make those laws even tougher, giving fetuses the same legal protections as those living outside the womb.
That individual, in my personal opinion, has the same right to live than someone who is already been born. I don't think there's some magic threshold that you cross whenever you pass through the birth canal that suddenly bestows you as an actual human being.
Republican Representative Jody Barrett talking about what he calls his equal protection bill on his podcast, The Woodshed. His proposal would make it so a woman who gets an abortion would face the same punishment as a woman who kills her baby after birth. There would be limited exceptions if a life-saving procedure unintentionally results in an unborn baby's death, or if the woman has a, quote, spontaneous miscarriage.
All we're saying is if you kill someone that is a life in being, you can be charged with whatever crimes or criminal charges that are on the books currently. And with equal protection for unborn, that means if you kill a child in the womb, you should be subject to the same penalties or same charges.
Well, I couldn't agree more. I think that this is, I think it's great. The logic is unassailable here. Either unborn babies are human beings or they aren't. And if they are, then killing them is murder. And if killing them is murder, then there should be criminal prosecutions. I mean, one thing leads to another. One logical step leads to the other step. The only way that you don't end up with the same conclusion as the people who wrote this bill is if you disagree with the first proposition, which is that unborn babies are humans. But if you agree with that proposition, I don't see how you can logically end up any other place. It's inevitable. It's logically inevitable. So is the first proposition true? Are unborn babies human? Well, yes, obviously they are. It's not even a debate. They're living beings of the human species. If they aren't human, then what species are they? They got to be some. You can't exist in some sort of limbo state where you belong to no species. That's not a thing. It's not possible. Unborn babies are conceived by two humans. And two humans cannot conceive anything but another human. And so unborn babies are human beings. That's it. That's all there is to it. It really is not a debate. It just is true. It's just simply true. It is a matter. It's a scientific fact. Okay, so then if that's established, then directly and intentionally killing a human, what do we call that? We call that murder. If it's a human life that's being killed and it's being done intentionally, directly, then that's murder. That's what that is. That's the definition of it. Okay, well then what do you do with murderers? Okay, so if that follows, so unborn baby is a human, directly intentionally killing, therefore is murder. Therefore, the person who's doing the killing is therefore a murderer. Therefore, what do we do with murderers? Well, we punish them. One follows from the other very clearly. Now, if you want to get into the question of moral culpability, obviously it's true there could be different levels of moral culpability. So we're not talking about the intrinsic morality of the act itself. It's murder. It's depraved, wicked, evil. Moral culpability for a person committing an act can have varying degrees, and we all know that. That's true of every kind of murder, right? Like, there's not anyone who would say that, we should have a mandatory sentence where all homicides get the exact same sentence, no matter what, no matter the circumstances. Nobody thinks that. I mean, you have first-degree murder, second-degree murder. I mean, you have different degrees, right? And you could murder someone and in some circumstances reasonably receive a much lighter sentence than someone else who murders someone in a different circumstance. All right, just like you could murder someone and get a much worse sentence than someone else, depending on the circumstances. The whole point of the sentencing is to assess these things, in theory. The whole point of the sentencing process is to assess, okay, well, we've established you did this thing, you're guilty of it, it's a crime, and now for the sentencing, we're going to look at moral culpability. We're going to look at all kinds of different factors. Remorse. How likely are you to offend again? I mean, all these things should be factored in. Now, we know that judges these days often come up with very bad assessments, but that is how the system is supposed to work. So you have to assess. Moral culpability. But the point is that still, no matter what, an unborn child is a human. Killing that human on purpose is murder and should be legally classified that way. It should be a criminal matter with criminal penalties because it is a homicide. And yes, of course, that means prison time for everybody involved. And again, if you don't agree with that, then I can only assume it's because you don't actually think that abortion is murder. If it is, then all we're saying, all this argument is saying, all this bill is saying is, well, if it's murder, like, do we actually think it's murder or not? Because if it is, why aren't we treating it that way?